Well, I've got to get the radio set up. Let's see. Yeah. Well, maybe I'll show you around a little bit. Well, actually, since you can't follow me, that seems like a kind of dumb idea. So, maybe I should think a little bit more. Well, right now I'm looking at some weird thing right there. And how the fan is kind of green and red and yellow. And there's some weird stuff coming through the window there. Oh, yes, well, it's actually pretty neat, you know, the window there, that. Whoopsie, ooh, everything's backwards, that drives me nuts. Okay, there. See? And I don't know if you could see it, but there's like a star coming off. I mean, these are just effects that maybe only are visible in the viewfinder. You see, and the fan blades, there's a red spot there, and there's green and yellow, and it's kind of neat. It's very neat, actually. When I put my finger over the light, that whole star pattern goes away, and now it comes back. So, anyway, this is my home. I share it with my family. I have a mate. I call her M for mate. That's what I call her to you. I don't call her that. How pretty bizarre, you know. And by the way, if I ever have any like, like these things, these things stuck in my, I mean, I'm not advertising for them. Fuck that shit, you know. Oh, if I have any of that in my teeth, could you please, just raise your hand and say, Mark, that you've got some black stuff in your teeth. Just, get it out. Yeah, get it out like that. Anyway, oh, there's some right there, right? Black stuff. Yeah, at least, well, it has a little tartar sauce on it, That's where they get it from, Stuff you put your, deep fried, clams and stuff like that. Fish. Hacked up fish, formed into sticks and stuff. And stones that may break my bones. What I wanted to do is, I know. I want to do a remake of a video that before I, in fact, I noticed something very important. It's like, when I'm paying more attention to, say, the fact that I'm on camera than to just my whole overall body, you look at what happens to my back. And it's something I inherited from my father. By the time he was in his late 70s, I mean, he really had lost a lot of height, and it really made a difference in his whole life because he was then constricted because, it's all kind of collapsed here. And it's hard to hold your head forward. I mean, hold your head up when it's forward like this, which happens to people who allow this to happen. So it's really good. One of the best things for my health. I'm just thinking of a Bob Dylan song. I went to see the doctor and asked him if I could come and see you. How does it go? Well, I disobeyed his orders, and I went there to see you, but I found him there instead. I don't mind him cheating on me, baby, but I sure wish he'd take that off his head. Your leopard skin pillbox hat. I got that mixed up, because actually that verse really goes, that's the last verse. Oh no, that was the second to last verse. Ah, I forgot. The last verse goes something like, take me a moment. I see you've got a new boyfriend. I've never seen him before. I saw you making love to him. You forgot to close the garage door, huh? You might think you know what he loves you, that he... Come on, get it straight, Mark. You may think he loves you for your money, but I know what he loves you for. It's your brand new leopard skin pillbox hat. So I've got to work on that. Very important. It's hard. It's just such, it's one of those things that, well, I have this tendency to fall over. That's just the more comfortable position. The relaxing position is that. But if I let it keep going, it's going to get worse and worse. So, hey, and I expect to live to be 110. Unless I get killed first, which I wouldn't be surprised would happen because well, sometimes I just don't really feel like putting up with bullshit. Which is not to say I have a death wish. I don't. And what I've learned is I've got to pick my battles. Because usually things aren't as important as they seem at the moment. The specific thing. As part of a larger pattern, yes, very important. Things that people look the other way about in the 1930s in Germany, just look the other way. Oh no, that's not happening. Well, any one thing was not the big difference. It wasn't, do I make a decision on this one thing? Do I do this? Do I take a stand? Right exactly now? Usually not. Usually, even if it was something really terrible, like, like you think in that movie, Schindler's List, about the student, the architecture student, the Polish student, and she's saying, you gotta stop building that thing, it's gonna collapse. And this, the commandant, the guy who would, do target practice from his apartment in the concentration camp, just kill people just for the hell of it, just to get better, get better at it. That self-same man, he's walking along and he hears this commotion and the Italian student, she's maybe 20 and she's clearly super bright, super hardworking, just, really totally full of positive energy and she believes in something. And just in life, she's full of life, even in this horrible place. And this, this fuckhead just says, he listens, she says it's going to collapse if you do it that way. And he asks her where you're from, What? Well, she says she learned this, she's in college, architecture school. And of course that was all the more reason that when he finally just, said to his lackeys, oh, shoot her, Well, of course, you got to come up with reasons, really important reasons, like, yeah, right, you are so smart, you want to build buildings, the next thing you want to do is, drink my child's blood. Yeah, right. Anyway, I really hadn't intended this one to be quite such a negative one. Because I'm really kind of excited that the more I meet you, and you, I mean, and I think a lot of you, because if you're watching this, it's because we've met. That's why. We've met. I know you. I have no way to know which of you are. And if you were to ever see me in the street and you were to make it known to me that you know me, I might not at all recognize your face because after all, it's frequently your smell that I remember. It's your voice. It's you being the one who stayed when everybody else was afraid just because I happened to walk on nearby, You were the one that when I said,